Hi everyone, we are back with another video on chapter 3. Today we will be covering the following topics from the chapter. Who would benefit from comparing businesses? Different methods of comparing businesses, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of different methods of comparing businesses? Okay then, tell me this. Why do we compare to begin with? What's with finding the similarities and differences between things? The reason is comparisons help you to make decisions. The same goes for stakeholders when they want to compare business sizes. Let us take a look at the stakeholders who would benefit from comparing businesses. First up, investors. They would want the information before deciding which business to put their savings into and invest. Then we have the government, who will use the information to determine the tax rate. Next, we have an obvious stakeholder in competitors. They use the information to make a competitive analysis for their own businesses and figure out ways to outperform their competitors. Then we have employees who use the information to get an idea about the size of the company and know the number of people they will be working with. And finally, banks to see how important the loan is for them, which would eventually determine the rates. Now let's take a look at the different methods of comparing businesses. First of all, number of employees, then we have the value of output, then the value of sales, and lastly, value of capital employed. Each of these methods have advantages and disadvantages. We will be discussing each of the methods in details now. First up, number of employees. Though it is an easy method to calculate and compare businesses, there are a few disadvantages of using this method. It can be misleading as most of the biggest companies in the world are capital intensive, with less people and more automated machineries. A prime example could be Apple. Next, we have comparing by the value of output a company produces. It is a great way to compare businesses in the same industry, especially in the manufacturing industries. However, companies that produce luxury or high-end products may produce less but have a higher valued output, so this method is confusing as well. Then comes value of sales. It is usually used while comparing sizes of retail businesses, especially the ones selling similar products. But in terms of their limitations, it could be misleading when comparing businesses with different products like a tea stall versus a luxury jewelry store. And lastly, comparing businesses by the value of capital employed. This shows the amount of capital that has been invested in the company. While it shows the company's ability to finance without creating debt or liabilities, it has the same problem as a number of employees measure. Companies with little capital value can be bigger than those with more capital investment. Depends on the product, really. As you can see from all the above measures, there is no perfect way to compare the size of businesses. It is quite common for companies to use more than one method, wherever applicable. With this, we'll be ending today's video. Let's take a look at what we have learned so far. Who benefits from comparing the size of businesses? Ways to compare the size of businesses, and advantages and disadvantages of the methods.